Lecture 11, Handling Missing Values and Typos. Have you ever taken a survey and skipped a question or misspelled something in a hurry? Now imagine thousands of people doing that and their answers ending up in a dataset you are trying to analyze. That's the kind of issue we're talking about today. In this lecture, we're going to tackle two of the most common and annoying data problems, missing values and typos. Both seem small, but they can quietly break your analysis if you're not careful. The good news is you don't need advanced tools to fix them, just a sharp eye, some basic commands, and a little patience. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand what missing values and typos are and why they matter. Learn techniques to detect and fix missing or incorrect entries in a dataset. Practice cleaning incomplete or inconsistent data using basic commands. Build habits to prevent misleading results in analysis. Part 1. Handling Missing Values. What are missing values? Missing values are empty cells in your dataset. They can appear for many reasons. A person skipped a question on a form. A sensor failed to record a measurement. A value was either deleted or omitted during data entry. In Databricks, missing values show up as null. Why they matter? If you try to calculate an average, group by a column, or build a model, missing values can cause errors, produce incorrect results, bias your conclusions if left untreated. Real case insight. In 2021, a retail company misjudged inventory levels because 12% of entries for in-stock units were blank. The analysis assumed zero, resulting in underordering during the peak season. How to detect missing values? You can filter them like this. First of all, we'll implement this in another table and we'll just type in here as, if we just want to display that, so we'll just type in here as display function and df. So when we just run this line of code, you can just click in here. So we have all these columns, and for example, if we just want to go with customer ID to check if it has a missing value or not, so we'll just scroll down a bit and type in here, add another code cell and type in here as df.filter, and for example df and bracket, for example customer ID. So we'll just write in here as customer ID, and to check whether it is written just like that, so we'll just go up and C is in small, so we'll just write in here as C customer ID, and we'll just check whether it is null or not. So for that we'll just write in here as dot is null, and we just want to show them, so we'll just write in here as show function. We'll just run this command, click in here. So here you can see it shows no record. It means that no column for customer ID has blank space. Or check for them in all columns, you will just write another code cell and just start typing here as df.select, and for example this one, and col as C is null. So to check if it is null or not, so is null function, alias C for C in df.columns. So we'll just click on tab as we have to write this code, so you can click on here. As we just have to write this code, so you can just press tab and this code will be implemented, and we just want to show that, so you can just click in here and show function. But before running this code, we have to import this one as col, so you will just go up and first of all just select and just type in here as from PySpark function import as col. So now when you just run this line of code, you can just click in here So it means that there is no column in here that has a blank space. So false means that there is no entry in here which has a blank space. Fixing missing values. Option 1. Drop rows with missing values. For that, you will just click in here to add another code cell and type a code in here as df underscore clean equals and df dot drop na function and run this line of code. It means that every row which has a blank column or a blank space, then that column will be deleted. Option 2. Fill missing values with the default. For that, you can just write another code in here and start typing in here as df underscore clean and df dot fill na, and for example you can just click in here, and for example you just want to go with, if you don't know the value of, for example, phone number or customer ID, you can just click in here as customer ID. And now here you can see it just gives a suggestion that if we don't enter a customer ID, the default value is 0, first name will be unknown if we don't know. So it means that if we don't have the exact information of a customer, instead of leaving it a blank, we should give it a default value, for example unknown, 0, or anything else. So you can just click on tab, and here you can see, and you can just press on tab again. So here you can see, instead of leaving it blank, you can have this default values, and you can change that as well. So when you just run this line of code, so it has been implemented. So every time you leave a blank cell, then these default values will be entered automatically. This is helpful when you want to preserve the dataset size. Option 3. Use statistical values. Example, fill missing fair amount values with the median fair amount. To implement that, we'll just add code cell in here, and if, for example, if you're working on this table, and you can just scroll down and just start typing in here as median underscore fair amount, and you can just go with equal to. So as we have to implement this specific command as approx quantile, so you can just click in here and you can just press tab, and you can just go with df dot fill na, and function will be, so as we have to implement this specific code, so you can just press on tab. So here you can see we have just set it to 0.5 and 0.25, so it means that 0.25 will be implemented as 0.5 to approximately quantile that. Part 2. Handling typos. What are typos in data? Typos happen when text is entered manually. They can create multiple slightly different versions of the same value. Examples: California versus Calif versus California, or Visa versus Visa versus Visa. When you attempt to group or filter data, these inconsistencies result in messy outcomes. Detecting typos. Look for unexpected or rare values. For that, you can just click in here as code cell and type in here as df dot group by, and for example you just want to check that gender and dot count and dot show function, and when you just run this line of code, here you can see male have been mentioned 149 times and female has been mentioned 151 times. If you see one version used 10,000 times and another used once, it might be a typo. Option 1. Standardize casing and spacing. For that, you can just click in here as new code cell and type in here as from PySpark .sql.function, and you just want to import trim and lower. And now, for example, you can just want to go with df underscore clean, and you can just press tab. And for example, if we just want to go with one of the columns, so you can just remove others as first name and trim and lower as first name, and just close this one and this one. So when you just run this program in here, this turns every first name to lowercase alphabets. Option 2. Replace known typos manually. For that, you will just type in here as df underscore clean, and you can just go with df dot replace. And for example, you just want to replace ny in the state, ny to New York. So you will just type in here as ny to and New York. It is useful for small, no inconsistencies. Option 3. Advanced. Use fuzzy matching. Outside this course scope, but commonly used with larger or messier datasets. Real case insight. A telecom company found over 300 different entries for United Kingdom in their customer database, from UK to the United Kingdom of Great Britain. After cleaning, they reduced their country column to just 21 standard entries, improving their segmentation model accuracy by over 20%. Missing values and typos are minor issues that can cause significant problems if left unaddressed. But once you learn to spot and fix them, you move closer to clean, trustworthy data that can actually lead to meaningful insight. Today, you took your first step into real data cleaning. You're not just running code, you're making judgment calls, applying logic, and making your data smarter.